Welcome to the Wonder of Christmas. Today we're talking about the wonder of a manger. And you might have heard of a manger in the relationship to the Christmas story and Jesus' birth, but do you know what it really is? A manger is a feeding trough where they put food for animals that live in the stable. Now, why would we be talking about a feeding trough when it comes to the birth of Jesus? Well, that's because there was no room for Mary and Joseph in the inn, so they had to sleep in the stable. And when Jesus was born, Joseph used the manger as a crib. He put hay into the manger to make a nice soft bed, and they laid Jesus into the manger to let him sleep. Now, this just goes to show the humble beginnings of Jesus when he first came to this world. There was no fanfare like a king would have, no parades, nothing like that. But Jesus was born in a stable, and he was laid in a manger, and he was visited by just regular people. The shepherds were the first visitors that Jesus had. And so Jesus was sent and brought to and born into our world as just a regular person amongst all of us. And that's something that we can celebrate when we look at the manger and the symbolism behind it. So today we're going to make a manger ornament. So in your kits, find the baggie that has the clay pot in it, and then go ahead and take out the clay pot and the red ribbon. Now we're going to use the red ribbon to loop around. I'll show you what we're going to make. We're going to make a little manger ornament with a little baby Jesus in it. So we're going to loop the red ribbon around the clay pot and then through the bottom. So you can do this two ways. You can either just make a loop, but bend your ribbon in half, and there's a hole in the bottom of your clay pot, and you can shove it up there like that, and then pull it through. No, actually, I take that back. Go from the other end because we want the knot in the inside. So if you can do the loop that way. I find it a little easier to take the two ends and come from the bottom, so you don't have to go in through the inside. And you can even do this one at a time. It might be easier. Yeah. So I'm going to take my ends this way. Here's one, and then here's the next one. Okay, so I have both ends, and then I'm going to tie a knot in them like this. And then I'm going to take the loop and I'm going to pull it down, and it should hold. If it doesn't hold, then you'll want to pull it back up and make a double knot. And then I'm going to wrap the ribbon so it's on either side, and we're going to make a little handle. Now you'll see when you pull the ribbon, you have a space in between the bottom and then this big rim. So we don't need to glue the whole side since we're going to have that space there anyway. So I'm going to take about where I want to make sure this is going down the middle. And my hole is not exactly in the center, so I'm going to play with it until it's kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to take some liquid glue. I'm using Elmer's, but any kind of school glue works. Or if you have a tacky glue, anything you have at home. I'm going to put some glue on either side of the big rim of my clay pot, and then I'm going to hold my ribbon into that. Now I'm going to just use my fingers and kind of hold it there for a minute and make sure it's kind of tight from the bottom, because it's just glue. It's washable. If you don't want to hold it there, then you can just kind of stick it on and then let it dry for a couple minutes, or you can pull tight on the top, and then that will keep the sides, the ribbon sticking to the sides. But once you're sure that that ribbon's stuck on there, you're going to find all your little shredded paper. This is actually what you use to stuff like gift bags and stuff. You can find this at a party store. So then you're going to take your shredded paper and you're going to stuff it into your clay pot. And you don't have to use all the paper that's provided. Use as much as you want. And then once it's all in there, just kind of squish it down. And then we're going to cover the top with glue. This is a very glue heavy craft. Okay, so I have my glue, and then I'm going to take my hay or my straw. I know there's a difference between the two, but I can't tell you exactly what it is, but for our purposes, it's the same. So take the hay, straw-like stuff, and you're going to stick it right on top, and then you're going to push it down so it gets right in that glue, because we want it to be nice and secure. So then this is our manger with the hay that Joseph put on top for the bed. Now we need a baby Jesus. So you're going to find your wooden bead, and we're going to put some glue on the back. This is going to be baby Jesus's head. And you can either put the glue directly onto the bead, or you can find a spot in the manger and put glue on, either way, or both. And then you're going to put it wherever you want the baby Jesus's head to be, as long as it's along the rim, because you're going to need room for the body. And then kind of squish that down. And then you're going to find your piece of white felt. And this we're going to fold in thirds. And this is, we're going to make our swaddling clothes. You'll have heard in our story, and pretty much anytime you hear the nativity story, that they wrapped Jesus in swaddling clothes. So these are our swaddling clothes. Now we're going to take a little glue on the inside fold, but it's not really going to stick too well, but hopefully it will over time. It pretty much gets absorbed into the fabric. We're going to squish down, and it will probably pop back up, but we're not going to worry about that because we have our paper clip. We're going to open up our paper clip just a little bit. You want to bend it just so you have a little bit of room. And we're going to take the paper clip and clip the folds of our fabric to hold together, just like that. So the paper clip's on one end where the two folds come together, and then on the top side is just the fabric. And then this is our little swaddling clothes. So then on the paper clip side, we're going to put more glue. And we're going to stick it right below the bead. And then really kind of push it down a little bit. And that's our baby Jesus in her swaddling clothes. Let's see if we can get a good view. I know I don't have the best light here, but and then after this is all dry, you can hang it on your Christmas tree, or you can just put it out as a decoration. But you just remember, every time you see your ornament, the humble beginnings that Jesus had as he was born in a stable, and that he didn't come into this world to be all powerful or some big king, but instead he came into the world to show us love and caring, and to be a caring leader, and to show us all how to care for us and learn how to care for others, and to teach us how much Jesus and God loves us, and that we need to show God's love in this world. And if we do, we'll make the world such a better place. So just keep that in mind this Christmas season, as you look at not only this manger with your baby Jesus, but anytime you come across a nativity scene and you look at the baby Jesus in the manger, just think about his humble beginnings and his lessons of love, and really enjoy this Christmas season with your family. I know it's a hard time with everything that's going on with the pandemic, and things aren't going to be quite the same as they always have been. But consider this an opportunity to find some new challenge, or not challenges. We have plenty of challenges. Consider this a time to find some new traditions for your family, whether it's doing some arts and crafts, maybe doing some baking that you don't usually have time for, or playing some games, finding some new Christmas movies you like to watch, whatever it is. Think of this as some opportunity to have some real good fun and make some new traditions with your family. And maybe do some Zooming, or hopefully get to see some family members over this holiday season. But however you're going to celebrate the holidays, just know that God is here and that our purpose is to celebrate the love Jesus has for each and every one of us. So until next week, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week. And I can't wait to meet back here next week to talk about the Christmas tree and all the symbols of Christmas. Until then, have a great week. Bye.